Hi everybody, we're back in the kitchen again. We're going to explore today what happens when rocks are chemically and mechanically weathered, using some pretty simple, simple once again, here in the house. I have my gravy shaker, I have some sugar cubes, here they are, 10 of them to be exact. So one thing to notice about my sugar cubes is that they are nice and angular, all of them. So I have a piece of paper for contrast. I have a little scale that I use to weigh the letters if I'm going to send them out, and I want to make sure that I have enough postage, and I'm going to use my phone as a timer. So the procedure is pretty simple. I'm going to take the mass of the sugar cubes. I'm going to put them into my shaker. Shake them for 2 minutes, and then take the mass each time until I've done it 5 times, or shaking them for 10 minutes total. So make sure you have your data page open in your lab so that you can write down the numbers when you see them on the scale, because I may or may not post them in the video or elsewhere. Okay, so here we go. First things first, I'm going to turn on the scale. So one of the things we want to remember when we're looking at the weight is the paper has some weight. So in the beginning, the paper weighs 14 grams. So don't forget to write that down. We're going to have to subtract that. And now our starting mass of our sugar cubes plus the paper is 38 grams. All right, here we go. I'm going to ask the trusty cameraman to shut the camera as soon as I get shaking. So I will start the timer and I will start shaking.
2 minutes later.
Okay, my 2 minutes is up. So the idea in mechanical weathering is that all the rocks are rubbing against one another like they were when I was shaking it, and they're gradually wearing away their outside edges. So come on in, let's have a look. And oh my goodness, what has happened to my sugar cubes? I don't know. They're not looking so cubic anymore. We've got this pile of dust left over. So let's take their mass and find out how much they have changed. That can't be right. Hold on.
A few minutes later.
All right, so 30 grams for our sugar cubes. So trial 2, we're going to put them back in the container and shake them again for 2 minutes. This would definitely be a very noisy activity if we were here in school. All right, away we go.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, trial 2. Got a lot of powdered sugar over here. Let's see what we've got. All right, here are my sugar cubes. Not quite as much powdered sugar this time. Some of them are getting pretty small. Back to my scale. Very trustworthy scale. All right, so 24 grams. All right, here we go. Back in the can. Trail 3.
Much, much, much later.
All right. I don't know. How's this pile doing compared to our first pile and then second pile? My sugar cubes. Oh, they look like cubes anymore? Not all of them are the same size either. Interesting. Okay. Back to our trusty scale. Put our sugar cubes back on here. All right, now we're down to 22 grams. All right, back in there. Gotta do this twice more. Here we go.
1 eternity later.
All right, so final result. All right, there they are. I'll roll them out. Okay, and here's our last little bit of powdered sugar. So just for comparison, this, guys, what we started with. So you can make some observations. Now our sugar cubes are clearly not cubes anymore. They look like round little balls. Some of them are definitely a lot smaller than the others. Let's see how their mass has changed. Yeah, I'm fussing over my scale because it says that the mass has not changed. And I don't think that's particularly correct. But hey, this is science. It's saying 20 again, even when I move them around. Briefly said 18. So we'll leave it at that. That's the measurement we got. Dr. Corvidae has a good point. Most of the time, where rocks are concerned, there's also water involved. Not all the time, but at least some of the time. So the question would be, I think, the question is, what if we added water to our experiment? So if we actually had some water in there with our sugar cubes, do you think our results would have been any different in any way? So that's something else to consider. In earth processes, we did in 10 minutes, which takes years and years and years. But the next time you're looking at beach glass, remember it was the process of mechanical weathering, or that made those pebbles down at the beach or the glass that you find at the beach all rounded and nice and smooth. And that's our experiment today in mechanical weathering.